We've got David Wong, who is going to be working with me. We need to start talking about what's working. And when I heard David's story about how he went through and dealt with adversity, went on a similar exploration that I did, and to find, what's possible on the planet because it is out there. And people like you and I want to share with one another what is working. So, David, I want to share with our audience about your background. It's awesome. I mean, I am super excited just to have you on the show and just to get to know you and also learn from you
Mhm.
and in the similar quest. It's neat when you find other people that have that same passion when they figure out a solution
Mhm.
and all they want to do is come back and share with the world what they figured out.
I'm someone that never gives up. I think I was born that way. I always want to just keep going, even if you get knocked down, if you get, roadblocks or like circumstances like go sideways. I'm someone that just never gives up. I never gave up on my health condition that I had. I had a ulcers in my stomach. The doctors told me there was no cure. I had to be on a medication my whole life. I took the pills and then it gave me more side effects and more skin problems that I never had before in my life. But now that's all cleared out.
You mentioned to me, and my son went through some just horrific skin issues. It's traumatizing. You had mentioned earlier when we were talking and just getting to know each other that that was something that you had dealt with. And I think that we don't really, you look at all the different things in regards to our health, and some of it is emotional.
It's psychosomatic. So your mind and body is connected. We go back to ancient Taoist teachings, and that's what they say. And now we're rediscovering with science that it's all connected. And it goes beyond that too, not just our mind, our body, but actually our spirit is also connected to those things as well. Not only was I suffering physically, I was suffering psychologically as well. Like lots of anger, lots of depression, just wasn't happy. Anxiety, had sleeping problems. So all those things kind of manifested itself and all clumped together, and then was a really bad experience. But I never gave up, like I said, and I kept searching for ways, and that led me to study more about qigong, which is a Chinese like a meditation practice. People know about Tai Chi; they see people, old people moving around in the park, but there's a deeper training beyond Tai Chi, which is called qigong, which is basically translated literally, it means the work of energy or energy work, or learning how to work or manipulate the flow of energy in your body inside, and also manipulate the flow of energy on the outside. So for many thousands of years, people thought qigong was just a hoax. It doesn't exist. It's just in your imagination. But now with science, it's proven that our bodies actually emit electromagnetic waves. We can measure them with technology now, and qigong masters can actually transfer that energy to other people, and we can record that with a meter.
Well, it's I love that you're bringing this up and jumping right into it too, because in your that qigong practitioner, the martial arts meditator, entrepreneur, influencer, visionary. I mean, you start going through and weaving in all of your experience. So, two things I want to say is thank you for taking your experience and saying, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do something with this. Because I think that we are just scratching the surface when it comes to energy and meditation. And I mean, I cannot agree with you more. And I think that's been a big part of my healing journey.
Mhm.
So tell me, how did you get introduced to this?
Learning the qigong helped me to feel what's happening inside of my body, and actually feel like, if most people when they're sick, they just say, "Oh, I feel crappy." But when you start to be more aware of what's happening inside your body, you find, okay, well, actually, this organ is hurting, or there's blockage in this part of my body. And you understand more how your body works from the inside. So with that knowledge, I started to experience other kind of technologies. So with the new, like for example, the Qi coils and the resonant wands, I started to experiment with that kind of electromagnetic wave energy. So using magnetic waves and sound waves or energy waves that actually alter how your body works, how your cells function, and how even your DNA communicates with each other. So when I used it, the instant I turned it on, I felt it in my body. I felt that it was actually working on that digest on my intestine
And
right away.
David, this is after you had gone out there and just exploring. Again, similar to me, I was told 90 days, your options are chemo, radiation.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have an option for surgery. And that
Yeah.
was that.
Mhm.
And so it was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go out there. So you went out there looking. And so the first time that you tried, so I'm going to be going on, I'll actually be using in the next 2 weeks when it gets to me,
Yeah.
is the wand. But I'm so excited. So tell me this particular product. So you tried it and you could tell instantly that
Yeah,
it
I
made a
could tell
difference.
instantly that I felt something in my intestine I never felt before, like compared to all the medicines I've been taking, even naturopath medicine, supplements, acupuncture, massage, all sorts of different naturopathic remedies, which worked to a certain extent. I would say like 30 or 40%, but then it was never able to heal me completely. It kept coming back until I used the wand. And long story short, it worked. And then in 90 days, I just used it every day on a regular basis, about 30 minutes a day. And then after 9 days, it's all gone. Amazing thing about this is there's no pills, there's no cutting, there's no surgery. That's a given. But also it's non-contact. So you don't even have to touch it because you're using magnetic energy.
So it doesn't touch you, but it just kind of stays afar.
Okay, so inside here is magnetic coils that we've designed that project the energy. So it's non-contact energy. So you can hold it, but literally you can just put it on a stand and just have it sit there while you're watching
It's
TV.
beautiful too. I mean,
Yeah,
I want to go get I have my little crown and then I get to have my wand.
yeah.
Wow.
This is Egyptian gold color ring. We have the flower of life pattern on the
Oh,
handle, the
I
waves.
am so excited.
Have these are actual real sapphires and rubies. The lens here is actual sapphire, just like in luxury watches, so it doesn't break. This is
Well,
it's
thank
like a
you.
piece of art and jewelry and a wellness device at the same time.
It is beautiful. And so does somebody take that around with them all the time? So I am going to, and this is a shout out to my wellness providers. I'm going to start a similar plan. So David's going to be my mentor through this process. And we agreed earlier that we hadn't met yet because I still needed to meet David and get the wand. And that was part of my healing journey. So I'm super, super excited. 90 days. Let's just go ahead and start using this,
Mhm.
and I'll be recording back my day-to-day progress.
Yeah.
So when you used it the first time, you could tell right away. And then how quickly did you start to see results?
Almost immediately. Well, I can't say everybody is going to have the same results. We have lots of different mixed results. Like we have people who can feel it instantly. Some people took a few days. Some people took 3 weeks. But basically, if people use it properly and use it consistently, they always see a good result. Personally, yeah, I had results that day, right? Because my situation, like I was bleeding every day. Ever since then, just went down every day. And then after 90 days, it's just all gone. And then now I still have to watch what I eat, right? There's some foods that I cannot eat because it irritates my intestines naturally. But as long as I watch what I eat, it's like completely no symptoms whatsoever. I can eat most of the things that regular person can eat. Before I couldn't eat anything.
I mean, this changed your life. That's
Totally.
why and two, and just going back over, and I want to share your background because when I read it, it resonated with me. And I want to say thank you too, because we had already what I'm doing right now and going out and spotlighting great brands and resources and products that are out there. And it was exciting when you guys popped up. The more that I uncovered, the more I fell in love with the company. I mean, it's a great company. And so you're working with entrepreneurs, teachers, and healers and professionals to help them just achieve their full potential. I love that because that's been something that has really resonated with me as I've worked with the California Women's Conference. And your career was preceded by an achievement far beyond the limits of conventional remedies when he combined ancient Chinese Qigong principles and research into NASA inspired electromagnetic frequency technology to heal himself of what he was told was an incurable disease. We could really, really, really do some great work together in helping the planet heal. David has since used this knowledge to develop the patent pending Qi Coil system, a personal transformative device that has helped many transform their physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Like, how does it work with you? Like, what is it exactly that you're doing during that 30 minutes?
Well, there's two ways of using a product, either actively or passively. So you're asking, can I watch TV and do this? Can I be cooking or exercising and do that? Yeah, you can be doing anything you want. And you can have this technology playing in the background and you're receiving the energy passively. Or you can be actively meditating or actively doing a holistic practice or some kind of therapy while adding this to it, which actually amplifies it quite a lot. These are gems, so they reflect
Oh,
light. So we have actually different formats for our technology. The one is the first kind of iteration of it. We also have the Qi coils, which are smaller, compact, and travel versions of it. So you can literally just put this in your purse, connect it to your phone with our app. So the frequencies play from our app, connect to your phone, and you can have that energy all day long, wherever you go.
okay. So that's next on my list. Oh my gosh. That looks really cool, especially for convenience. I mean, so I have to tell you, guess what I was doing at 2 o'clock? We had our meeting at 3:30. You know what I was doing at 2 o'clock? Meditating.
Okay.
I was doing a Dr. Joe Dispenza. It was a 30-minute meditation. I love it. And so to me, it's like any tools or resources that you can include with your experience of meditating is surreal.
And my life completely changed, transformed completely. Like, okay, like if you're bleeding every day, how much energy do you have?
And painful. I mean,
And
painful.
yeah, painful. And also, how much work do you think can get done? How much energy can you put towards building a business or having good mood to spend with your loved ones? You don't, right? Because your body is so tired and exhausted from just surviving, and the depression and the psychological and the mental health. Once that all got cleared out, just imagine what doors opened for me, right? Now I had the energy to really start to do the things I really want to do, build the businesses I want to build, fix my relationships with people, become a better person, meditate more. I just felt a lot happier. I was more focused. I was way more productive. I was like 100 times more productive. I built this company. It's quite successful now. I'm so excited. We have new technologies that we just recently relaunched. If you're mind blown with what you've seen so far, you have no idea what's coming up and what we have now. We have frequencies. So it's kind of like music. People think of how do you actually have meditation technology? What is meditation technology, right? It doesn't make sense. Like science and religion or science and spirituality, how's that mixed together? Well, if you come down to it, everything in the universe is frequency. It's just all energy, vibration, and frequency. That's what Nikola Tesla said. So if we can crack the code of frequency, then we can crack the code of the universe and we can basically create anything that we want. Now, our minds is scientifically proven that we have brain waves. We all know that. But then we have certain frequencies and brain waves that are associated with different emotions. So people who are anxious or people who are depressed or people who are unhappy or angry or feel alone, they have certain brainwaves that show that. The opposite is also true. People who are happy, people who are focused, people who are productive, people who are optimistic or positive, they have different kinds of brainwaves. Okay, so if they're brainwaves, that means they can be measured. They can have a frequency. So what we did is we found the frequencies that create the perfect environment to be happy. And the neat thing is that you don't even need any of this technology. You don't even need this technology. This is so powerful. You can just listen to it. These programs, they're like, it sounds like beeps and boops and stuff like that, but these are actual frequencies, that we have found that create certain emotional states. For example, if you want something to attract abundance, want something to increase your motivation, or something to get unstuck from your situation, something that gives you inner strength, something to help you to just do it, to be more active physically, something that helps you to open up your third eye, something that helps you to improve your relationships, reduce anxiety, or even reduce more dreams.
Okay, right? There's not one that you have not, you've said that I don't want. That's amazing.
We also have brain boost frequencies, like frequencies that help you to increase concentration, improve problem solving, accelerate your brain functions. It's crazy. Okay. We also have one that people are using for removing negative energy. We just had a review from someone who just animals are getting attracted to them, and their angry cat started to become friendly, and dogs started and birds started to fly towards them out of nowhere when they're playing these frequencies. It's inexplicable, what these things are doing. It's beyond conventional science for sure. It's all the science about electromagnetic waves and how our body and how our cells respond to electromagnetic waves. And then 2 years down the road now we're going beyond that. We're going to ways to actually program your emotions, just like in the Matrix. Like if you want to just download that to your brain, you can download it and you can experience that emotion. You can feel happier instantly without any drugs, without any kind of therapy, psychotherapy, hypnotherapy, or any kind of therapy. We actually have a specific one that's called overcome fear. So people who are hearing those diagnoses and they need to overcome that fear, just listen to that.
Yeah. See, I think that in itself, I believe that cancer is misguided cells. I think that we are stressed. I was told when I had my diagnosis that it was 100% due to environment and stress. I don't have the BRCA gene. My family doesn't have a history of breast cancer. And so for me, I was this hard charging powerhouse CEO, coming in that had been lying to my body, telling my body I was going to give it a rest and slow down, but I never did. And now, this to me is answering those questions that my body had. And that is, okay, when are you going to slow down? When are you going to get into a routine? And what I'm finding is that a lot of this in this healing journey is about putting healthy routines in place. And so I love for you, David, to tell me what you would recommend. Me getting this, it's like I'm so excited to be able to get this. But what routine would you put in place, and how would you advise to put this into use?
Quite simple. Just use it on a daily basis. Use it when you wake up. Use it before you sleep. Use it during the day when you meditate. Quite simple.
So Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about, meditation. I was getting up and meditating at 4 a.m. So I would be in gamma wave. And again, I'm not going to give it justice, but just for developing routines, have you tried out different times of the day? Is it work better?
I think that's up to the individual. I'm not a morning person. So,
Yay, I'm not either. So that's
so
good.
I'm totally impressed how you're waking up at 4 o'clock to meditate. I don't think
I was very impressed with myself too.
I just use it like when I'm sleeping, I put on my headphones and I listen to frequency, or when I'm going out, I just use the Qi Coil to bring this with me as I go for a walk with my dog. When I'm meditating, I sit in front of this big one here. It actually covers the whole house. This one covers up to 6,000 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we
and
have.
Is that where it's at all the time? Is it on the wall?
You can put it on the wall. You can just put it on the table. These are called aura coils. It goes like this. It's like people buy water purifiers and they have air purifiers. Why not have a purifier for the energy of your home?
Brilliant. I mean, and again, we're showing too with energy 6 feet out. I mean, if you're able to create, and this is what we're doing right now. So this is another way that we can work together. So I've been creating what I refer to as the healing home. And setting your home up where it is your sanctuary. It is the place that you go to retreat and replenish and rejuvenate.
Yeah.
But it's your healing home. So that is something that
this is
amazing.
Okay, you need this.
Oh my gosh. All right.
You need this.
I'm adding that to my list. That is amazing. Okay, that is 6,000 square feet. Well,
yeah.
I'm in. So is there smaller versions? I'm in 13. We were in 5,000 square feet.
Here's the smallest version.
Okay, beautiful.
Here's the big version.
13. All right, this is going to be so fun. And so
we have retreat centers using this, and then the people going to retreat, they're totally amazed with the energy. They're like, "Whoa, we need this in our retreats." That's what they're saying. We need this in our retreat. So why do you need to go to a retreat when you can just have one of these at home?
So this is going to be really fun because I am going to record my entire experience being that I'm Chief Experience Officer,
Okay.
so that's my title. Okay, I don't think I've been this excited to try out a product as I am now and record it. I'm gonna go ahead and record it back because it's pretty exciting. What's some information that you can leave the audience that you would want to make sure that they knew? Anything that you would want to say, hey, you know what, this helped me immensely.
Just try download this frequency. It's absolutely free. You have no risk, right? But really, listen to it, meditate with it, and see how that affects you consciously or emotionally. And pretty much all the people that these frequencies have a positive effect.
That's what I tell people too. And I learned this from my mother. My mom had taught me, and she said, Michelle, until, this is about owning your wellness, and something that could be good for me might not be good for you, but at least you now are aware that there are healthy, affordable options out there on the planet right now. And that's for me, I feel like if I can go ahead and communicate and share what is available, then I've done my part. And I can share my personal experience. And that's what we do at the Real Share is we get that information out there because otherwise, people don't know. They just don't simply know about these resources being available.
Thank you so much for making your show so that people can learn about these things.
Well, I thank you for being part of this and reaching out.